What's happening, Bitcoin enthusiasts? This is the OG Bronknuts. Listen, I want to make a video today and give you a formula to freedom in the cryptocurrency world. So here's what I want to give to you today. Let's say people ask me, Bronknuts, how much should I get started with? Well, you can get started with $100, $10,000, $1 million, just like any other investment. The more you risk, the more you have a chance to win. Also, the more you have a chance to lose as well. So definitely only invest what you could afford to lose. Bitcoin, I'm not going to explain what it is. I'm just going to explain my formula today. But let's say you invested $10,000 today, and with Bitcoin roughly at 1550-ish, somewhere in there, that's going to get you right around 6 Bitcoins. So let's take those 6 Bitcoins and put them out on the lending market in pretty much any of these websites. They have a margin account market where buyers are selling, they're going long and they're going short. And if they're going long on a different cryptocurrency, they have to borrow Bitcoin to be able to buy that cryptocurrency to go long. So in order to buy it, they've got to take the loan out from somebody. Now, these are forced liquidated loans. There's no risk here whatsoever for you loaning out your money. So let's say you take the 6 Bitcoins and you can get an average loan rate on Bitcoin at about 0.35%. Now, loan rates, I've had several loans that I've had out for 0.18%, and I've had loans all the way up to 1%. I think without a doubt I'm averaging no problem 0.35% on the loan rate. So I want to show you what that equates to on a $10,000 investment and how to set yourself free 34 months from today. Now, the 6 Bitcoins if you take 6, the number 6, times 0.0035, which is 0.35%, you're going to come up with a number. I'm not exactly sure what that number is. I mean, you might have to do the calculations on that. But if you take that number times 30 days and 1 month, your return on your 6 Bitcoin investment is going to be 0.63 Bitcoins. That's what you're going to get in interest. Now, I want to take that 0.63 Bitcoins that you made in that month and take it times 34 months. Now, why would you say, Bronk, that's 34 months? In the year 2020, there is a blockchain block halve that the miners are going to produce half of the coins that they're producing now. So it's a supply and demand issue. This is Bitcoin's a math algorithm. So if we take those 0.63 Bitcoins that you make a month times 34 months, which is, not very long. I mean, basically just 3 years here. And at the end of that 3 years, if you loaned them out 24/7 and you got an average of 0.35%, your account will have earned 21.42 Bitcoins in that month. Now, you'll actually get a little bit more than that because this is a non-compounded number, meaning the interest that you get, you're also loaning that on future loans that are happening in subsequent days. But without factoring that in, we're talking about 21.42 Bitcoins at an average loan rate of 0.35%. So, wow, I mean, that's a big number. At the end of 34 months, or when the blockchain halves and there's going to be a whole lot less supply, you will have earned 21.42 Bitcoins in that 34-month span. Now take the 21.42 Bitcoins and add the 6 that you started with, which is your principal. Now you have 27.42 Bitcoins from a $10,000 investment. Pretty good. Here's where it gets really awesome. Take 27.42 now. That's your principal. Now you're working with a good amount of Bitcoins and probably a large amount of money. And take that number times a 0.35% loan rate. And what you're going to gain in Bitcoins by loaning that much Bitcoin out every single day of every single month, you're going to gain 2.8791 Bitcoins off the loan at 0.35%. That's a per day interest rate, people. So now we take the 2.8791 Bitcoins that we earn a month, and this is how we're going to retire. So we have to say, well, what's the price of Bitcoin going to be in 2020? My number, I think that it's going to be, and I've been right, I've actually undershot it since it started. I've been right the whole way. I think Bitcoin's going to be at $5,000, no problem, by the year 2020. And if that were true, again, I don't know, I'm just speculating, I'm guessing based on the information that I have, and I've been involved in Bitcoin since 2010 or 11. If it is $5,000 and you've gained 2.8791 Bitcoins in that month, your income now is $172,000 a year. For, probably 95% of you, that's enough to retire and walk away from the job that you have right now. Let's say I'm wrong by more than half. And the price of Bitcoin is actually only $2,100. Now, I'm really confident it'll be at $2,100. It'll probably be $2,100 before the end of this summer and definitely before Christmas. But let's say that didn't even go up any higher than that, or it shoots to $5,000 and falls back to $2,100 at the year 2020. Your 2.8791 Bitcoins that you're earning every single month times $2,100 times 12 months a year, your income's $72,000. And for probably 85% of you, 80% at least, that's more money than you're making right now. So it allows you to walk away from your job, or at the very minimum, maybe cut your full-time job into a part-time job. So think about this. I mean, when you go to see a financial planner, they say, oh, put your money in these hedge funds or, in this type of stock, and don't worry about the ups and downs. Just let it grow. Here's the rate of return that these types of portfolios are getting. And if you leave this money in here compounded, 30 years from now, you're going to have enough money to retire. And that's a great plan. It really is. But that plan doesn't usually allow you to take a $10,000 investment and turn it into $172,000 a year money machine. Meanwhile, you're not ever touching the principal. You still have those 27 Bitcoins that are making you that interest every month, every month, every month, every month. And imagine if Bitcoin goes to 10,000 a coin, which not only do I think it can, I think it will. And if it does, these numbers are off the charts. Everybody I talk to always says, I missed the Bitcoin train. If you're one of these people, no, you didn't. The Bitcoin train hasn't even started. And there's ways, if you want to even get a little bit more aggressive to make money, that you can. The first more aggressive way, other than just loaning your Bitcoin, which is a very safe thing to do, would be to leverage your Bitcoin in the altcoin market. So for those of you who don't know what that means, there's a couple hundred cryptocurrencies, and most all of them, actually all of them, are pegged to Bitcoins. You have to buy them with Bitcoin. Now, some of those you can buy with Bitcoin, and you can also buy with the dollar and a couple other world currencies, but all of them you can buy with Bitcoin, and that's how most people do buy them. So you can bet that that currency is going to rise faster than Bitcoin is. In other words, close the gap in relation to US dollars of what a Bitcoin's worth to what this coin is worth. And there's lots of people making money at doing that. I mean, I'm one of those people gambling in that market, but I'm not gambling or investing, I would say, or speculating on my entire stack of Bitcoins. Never would I do that. But I am taking a little bit of a risk because, those coins don't have the legs. They don't have the teeth that Bitcoin has, the ecosystem that it's developed, and the roots that it's grown since its inception in 2009. So that's one way to do it, and you can certainly make a lot of Bitcoins. I mean, sometimes you can make, multiple Bitcoins a day if you make the right moves. The next way that's even a little bit riskier would be playing in the margin area. Basically what margin is that you can go long on a coin or you can go short on a coin. So long being you're going to bet that it's going up, short that you're betting that it's going to go down, and you want to borrow money with collateral to do that. So essentially, let's say I put up 1 Bitcoin for collateral. These sites will let you borrow 2.5 times the collateral you put up. So your 1 Bitcoin collateral gives you 2.5 Bitcoins in buying power. Now, with so much money coming into the crypto space, let's say you have, Joe Bitcoiner is and deposited his 1 Bitcoin because he wants to buy Ripple, which certainly right now is doing very well. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that coin, but say he really believes Ripple's going to go way up. So instead of, having 1 Bitcoin, he wishes he had, 2.5 Bitcoins, 3 Bitcoins, but he doesn't. But he can play the margin market, bet Bitcoin to go long, and if it does, in fact, go way up, he wouldn't get to keep all those coins that he borrowed. He has to pay those back, but he would get to keep the interest of the money that he made by making that trade along the way until he closed that position. So in order for Joe Bitcoiner to be able to do this, he has to borrow Bitcoins from somebody who's willing to lend them. That's going to be you. Because if you want to bet $10,000, 6 Bitcoins, and go for 34 months, I've just showed you how to turn that money with compounding interest into a $172,000 a year full-time job. And if I'm wrong by half, and I haven't been wrong by half yet, it's a $72,000 a year job with a $10,000 investment. Come on, people. Get off your couch, get on the internet, learn what Bitcoin is, and get involved in this amazing, amazing space that billions of dollars are being poured into. When I started Bitcoin, the total market cap of all of the money in cryptocurrencies around the world was $94 million. And today, last night, it was $44 billion. 3 weeks ago, it was $36 billion. My point is that the amount of volume of money that is coming into this space is enormous, and it hasn't even gotten started yet. And when those dollars come into the crypto space, they have to go somewhere. So they either have to go to Bitcoin or they have to go to one of the alt currencies. Either way, that is creating an ecosystem that is very friendly to not only margin traders, but lenders willing to lend Bitcoins to those margin traders who want to get risky with their assets. I'm showed you how to do it a safe way, the slow and steady way. 34 months and you're done. Tell your boss to take this job and shove it. This is the OG Bronc Nuts. Holler back at me if you have any questions. Type them right down there in the comments section. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.